Chapter 1 of Uncle Remus and Friends, 17 Stories by Joel Chandler Harris. This LibriVox recording is in the public domain. Uncle Remus initiates the little boy. One evening recently, the lady whom Uncle Remus calls Miss Sally missed her little 7-year-old. Making search for him through the house and through the yard, she heard the sound of voices in the old man's cabin, and, looking through the window, saw the child sitting by Uncle Remus. His head rested against the old man's arm, and he was gazing with an expression of the most intense interest into the rough, weather-beaten face that beamed so kindly upon him. This is what Miss Sally heard. By, one day, atter Brer Fox been doin' all that he could fer to ketch Brer Rabbit, and Brer Rabbit been doin' all he could fer to keep him from it, Brer Fox says to hisself dat he'd put up a game on Brer Rabbit, and he ain't got more'n de words out'n his mouth twel Brer Rabbit come a-lopin' up de big road lookin' des as plump and as fat and as sassy as a morgan hoss in a barley patch. "Hol' on dar, Brer Rabbit," says Brer Fox, says-he. "I ain't got time, Brer Fox," says Brer Rabbit, says-he, sorter mendin' his licks. "I wanter have some confab wid you, Brer Rabbit," says Brer Fox, says-he. "All right, Brer Fox, but you better holler from where you stan'. I'm monstrous full of fleas dis mornin'," says Brer Rabbit, says-he. "I seed Brer B'ar yistiddy," says Brer Fox, says-he, "en he sorter raked me over de coals, 'kase you en me ain't made friends en live neighborly, en I tole him dat I'd see you." Den Brer Rabbit scratch one year wid his off hind foot sorter jubiously, en den he ups en says-he, "All a settin', Brer Fox, s'pose you drop roun' termorrer en take dinner wid me. We ain't got no great doin's at our house, but I speck de old 'oman en de chillun kin sorter scramble roun' en git up sump'n fer to stay yo' stomach." "I'm 'greeable, Brer Rabbit," says Brer Fox, says-he. "Den I'll 'pend on you," says Brer Rabbit, says-he. Nex' day, Mr. Rabbit en Miss Rabbit got up soon 'fo' day, en raided on our garden like Miss Sally's out dar, en got some cabbages, en some roasted ears, en some sparrow-grass, en dey fix up a smashin' dinner. Bimeby, one of de little rabbits, playin' out in de back yard, come runnin' in hollerin', oh, ma, I seed Mr. Fox a-comin'." En den Brer Rabbit, he tuck de chilluns by der ears en made 'em set down, en den him en Miss Rabbit sorter dally roun' waitin' fer Brer Fox, en dey keep on waitin' fer Brer Fox, en dey keep on waitin', but no Brer Fox ain't come. Atter while, Brer Rabbit goes to de do' easy like en peep out, en dar, stickin' from behind de cornder, was de tip end of Brer Fox tail. Den Brer Rabbit shot de do', sot down en put his paws behind his years, en begin fer to sing. "De place whereabouts you spilled de grease, right there you are bound to slide, and where you find a bunch of ha'r, you sho'ly find a hide." Nex' day, Brer Fox sont word by Mr. Mink, en 'scuse himself 'kase he was too sick fer to come, en he ax Brer Rabbit fer to come en take dinner wid him, en Brer Rabbit say he was 'greeable. Bimeby, when de shadders was at der shortest, Brer Rabbit, he sorter brush up en saunter down to Brer Fox's house, en when he got dar, he hear somebody groan, en he look in de do', en dar he see Brer Fox settin' up in a rockin' cheer, all wrop up wid flannel, en he look mighty weak. Brer Rabbit look all roun', he did, but he ain't see no dinner. De dishpan was settin' on de table, en close by was a carvin' knife. "Looks like you gwineter have chicken for dinner, Brer Fox," says Brer Rabbit, says-he. "Yes, Brer Rabbit, dey are nice and fresh and tender," says Brer Fox, says he. Den Brer Rabbit sorter pull his mustache and say, "You ain't got no calamus root, is you, Brer Fox? I done got so now dat I can't eat no chicken 'ceppin' she's seasoned up wid calamus root." And wid dat, Brer Rabbit lipped out de door and dodge among de bushes, and sot dar watchin' for Brer Fox. And he ain't watched long, nudder, 'cause Brer Fox flung off de flannel and crup out of de house and got whar he could close in on Brer Rabbit, and by Brer Rabbit holler out, "Oh, Brer Fox, I des put yo' calamus root out yere on dish yer stump. Better come and get it while hit's fresh." And wid dat, Brer Rabbit gallop off home, and Brer Fox ain't never cotch him yet. And what's mo', honey, he ain't gwine to. End of Uncle Remus Initiates the Little Boy. Chapter 2 of Uncle Remus and Friends, 17 Stories by Joel Chandler Harris. This LibriVox recording is in the public domain. The Wonderful Tar Baby Story. "Didn't the fox never catch the rabbit, Uncle Remus?" asked the little boy the next evening. "He come mighty nigh it, honey, sho's you born, Brer Fox did. One day, atter Brer Rabbit fool him wid dat calamus root, Brer Fox went to work and got him some tar, and mix it wid some turkentime, and fix up a contraption what he call a tar baby, and he took dish yer tar baby, and he sot it in de big road, and den he lay off in de bushes fer to see what de news was gwine to be. And he didn't have to wait long, nudder, 'cause by, here come Brer Rabbit pacing down de road, lippity-clippity, clippity-lippity, des as sassy as a jaybird. Brer Fox, he lay low. Brer Rabbit come prancing long twel he spied de tar baby, and den he fotch up on his behind leg like he was 'stonished. De tar baby, she sot dar, she did, and Brer Fox, he lay low. "Mornin'," says Brer Rabbit, says he. "Nice weather dis mornin'," says he. Tar baby ain't sayin' nothin', and Brer Fox, he lay low. "How does yo' symptoms seem to sagactuate?" says Brer Rabbit, says he. Brer Fox, he wink his eye slow and lay low, and de tar baby, she ain't sayin' nothin'. "How you come on, den? Is you deaf?" says Brer Rabbit, says he. "'Cause if you is, I can holler louder," says he. Tar baby, stay still, and Brer Fox, he lay low. "You stuck up, dat's what you is," says Brer Rabbit, says he. "And I'm gwine to cure you, dat's what I'm gwine to do," says he. Brer Fox, he sorter chuckle in de stomach, he did, but Tar Baby ain't sayin' nothin'. "I'm gwine to learn you how to talk to 'spectable folks, if it's the las' act," says Brer Rabbit, says he. "And if you don't take off dat hat and tell me howdy, I'm gwine to bust you wide open," says he. Tar Baby stay still, and Brer Fox, he lay low. Brer Rabbit keep on axin' him, and de Tar Baby, she keep on a-sayin' nothin', twel presently Brer Rabbit draw back wid his fist, he did, and blip he tuck a side of de head. Right dar's where he broke his molasses jug. His fist stuck, and he can't pull loose. De tar helt him, but Tar Baby, she stay still, and Brer Fox, he lay low. "If you don't let me loose, I'll knock you again," says Brer Rabbit, says he, and wid dat he fotch a wipe wid de other hand, and dat stuck. Tar Baby, she ain't sayin' nothin', and Brer Fox, he lay low. "Turn me loose, 'fore I kick de natchur stuffin' out of you," says Brer Rabbit, says he. But de Tar Baby, she ain't sayin' nothin'. She des helt on, and de Brer Rabbit lose de use of his feet in de same way. Brer Fox, he lay low, Den Brer Rabbit squall out dat if the tar baby don't turn him loose, he butter crank-sided, and den he butted, and his head got stuck. Den Brer Fox, he sauntered forth, looking just as innocent as one of your mama's mockingbirds. "Howdy, Brer Rabbit," says Brer Fox, says he. "You look sorter stuck up this mornin'," says he, and then he rolled on the ground and laughed till he couldn't laugh no more. "I speck you'll take dinner with me this time, Brer Rabbit. I done laid in some calamus root, and I ain't gwine to take no scoose," says Brer Fox, says he. Here Uncle Remus paused and drew a 2-pound yam out of the ashes. "Did the fox eat the rabbit?" asked the little boy to whom the story had been told. "Dat's all de fur de tale goes," replied the old man. "He mought, and den again he moughtn't. Some say Judge B'ar come long and loosed him. Chapter 3 of Uncle Remus and Friends, 17 Stories by Joel Chandler Harris. This LibriVox recording is in the public domain. How Mr. Rabbit was too sharp for Mr. Fox. "Uncle Remus," said the little boy one evening, when he had found the old man with little or nothing to do, "did the fox kill and eat the rabbit when he caught him with the tar baby?" "Law, honey, ain't I tell you 'bout dat?" replied the old darky, chuckling slyly. "I 'clar' to gracious I oughter tole you dat, but old man Nod was riding on my eyelids twel a little more'n I'd disremembered my own name, and den on to dat here comes your mammy hollerin' atter you. What I tell you when I fust begun? I tole you Brer Rabbit was a monst'us soon creetur. Leastways, dat's what I laid out fer to tell you. Well, den, honey, don't you go and make no udder calculations, 'cause in dem days Brer Rabbit and his fambly was at de head of de gang when any racket was on hand, and dere dey stayed. 'Fo' you begins fer to wipe yo' eyes 'bout Brer Rabbit, you wait and see whereabouts Brer Rabbit gwineter fetch up at. But dat's needer yer ner dar. When Brer Fox find Brer Rabbit mixed up wid de tar baby, he feel mighty good, and he roll on de ground and laugh. Bimeby he up and say, says he, "Well, I speck I got you dis time, Brer Rabbit," says he. "Maybe I ain't, but I speck I is. You been runnin' rounds here sassin' atter me a mighty long time, but I speck you done come to de end of de road. You been cuttin' up yo' capers and bouncin' round in dis neighborhood until you come to believe yourself de boss of de whole gang, and den you are all summers where you got no business," says Brer Fox, says he. "Who ax for you to come and strike up acquaintance wid dis yer tar baby? And who stuck you up dar where you is? Nobody in de round world. You des tuck'n jam yo'self on dat tar baby without waitin' for any invite," says Brer Fox, says he. "And dar you is, and dar you'll stay twel I fixes up a bresh pile and fires her up, 'kase I'm gwine to barbecue you dis day, sho," says Brer Fox, says he. Den Brer Rabbit talk mighty humble. "I don't keer what you do wid me, Brer Fox," says he, "so you don't flay me in dat briar patch. Roast me, Brer Fox," says he, "but don't flay me in dat briar patch," says he. "It's so much trouble for to kindle a fire," says Brer Fox, says he, "dat I speck I'll hatter hang you," says he. "Hang me des as high as you please, Brer Fox," says Brer Rabbit, says he, "but do, for de Lord's sake, don't flay me in dat briar patch," says he. "I ain't got no string," says Brer Fox, says he, "and now I speck I'll hatter drown you," says he. "Oh, drown me des as deep as you please, Brer Fox," says Brer Rabbit, says he, "but don't flay me in dat briar patch," sezee. "Dey ain't no water nigh," says Brer Fox, sezee, "en now I speck I'll hatter skin you," sezee. "Skin me, Brer Fox," says Brer Rabbit, sezee. "Snatch out my eyeballs, tear out my years by the roots, and cut off my legs," sezee. "But do, please, Brer Fox, don't fling me in de briar patch," sezee. Course Brer Fox want to hurt Brer Rabbit bad as he kin. So he cotch him by de behind legs and slung him right in de middle of de briar patch. There was a considerable flutter where Brer Rabbit struck de bushes, and Brer Fox sorter hang round for to see what was gwine to happen. By, he hear somebody call him, and way up de hill he see Brer Rabbit sittin' cross-legged on a chinkapin log, combin' de pitch out of his hair wid a chip. Den Brer Fox know dat he been swap off mighty bad. Brer Rabbit was bleezed for to fling back some of his sass, and he hollered out, "Bred and born in de briar patch, Brer Fox, bred and born in de briar patch." And wid dat, he skip out. Chapter 4 of Uncle Remus and Friends, 17 Stories by Joel Chandler Harris. This LibriVox recording is in the public domain. The Story of the Deluge and How It Came About. "One time," said Uncle Remus, adjusting his spectacles so as to be able to see how to thread a large darning needle with which he was patching his coat, "one time, way back yonder, 'fore you was born, honey, and 'fore Mars John and Miss Sally was borned, way back yonder 'fore any of us was borned, de animals and de creeturs sorter lectioneer round 'mong demselves, twel at last dey 'greed fer to have a 'sembly. In dem days," continued the old man, observing a look of incredulity on the little boy's face, "in dem days creeturs had lots mo' sense dan dey got now. Let 'lone dat, dey had sense same like folk. Hit was touch and go wid 'em too, mon, and when dey make up der minds what hatter be done, 'twain't more'n mentioned 'fo' it was done. Well, dey 'lected dat dey had a whole 'sembly fer to sorter straighten out matters and hear de complaints, and when de day come dey was on hand. De lion he was dar, 'cause he was de king, and he hatter be dar. De rhinoceros he was dar, and de elephant he was dar, and de camels and de cows, and plumb down to de crawfishes dey was dar. Dey was all dar. And when de lion shook his mane and tuck his seat in de big cheer, den de 'sembly begun fer to commence." "What did they do, Uncle Remus?" asked the little boy. "I can't skasely call to mind 'zactly what dey did do, but dey spoke speeches and hollered and cussed and flung de language round des like when yo' daddy was gwine to run fer de legislature and got lef'. Howsomever, dey 'range fer de fairs and 'splain de business. By and by, while dey was sputin' longer one anudder, de elephant tromped on one of de crawfishes, 'cause when dat creetur put his foot down, whatsomever's under dar was bound fer to be squushed, and dey wasn't nuff of dat crawfish lef' to tell dat he'd been dar. Dis make de other crawfishes mighty mad, and dey sorter swarmed together and drawed up a kinder preamble wid some wherefores in it, and read her out in de 'sembly. But bless gracious, such a racket was gwine on dat nobody ain't hear it, 'ceppin' maybe de mud turtle and de spring lizard, and der influence was powerful lackin'. By and by, while de unicorn was sputin' wid de lion, and while de hyena was a laughin' to hisself, de elephant squashed anudder one of de crawfishes, and a little mo' and he'd a ruined de mud turtle. Den de crawfishes, what dey was left of 'em, swarmed together and drawed up anudder preamble, wid some mo' wherefores, and dey might as well a sung old Dan Tucker to a hurricane. The other creeturs was too busy with the fussin' for to 'spond unto the crawfishes. So there they was, the crawfishes, and dey didn't know what minute was gwine to be the next. And dey kep on getting madder and madder and skeeter, twel by and by dey gun to wink at the mud turtle and the spring lizard, and then they bored little holes in the ground and went down out of sight. "Who did, Uncle Remus?" asked the little boy. "De crawfishes, honey. They bored into the ground and kep on boring twel they loosed the fountains of the earth, and the water squirted out and riz higher and higher twel the hills was covered, and the creeturs was all drowned, and all because they let on 'mongst themselves that they was bigger than the crawfishes." Then the old man blew the ashes from a smoking yam, and proceeded to remove the peeling. "Where was the ark, Uncle Remus?" the little boy inquired presently. "Which ark's dat?" asked the old man, in a tone of well-feigned curiosity. "Noah's ark," replied the child. "Don't you pester wid old man Noah, honey. I bound he took care of dat ark. Dat's what he was dar for, and dat's what he done. Leastways, dat's what dey tells me. But don't you bother long of dat ark, 'ceppin' your old mammy fetches it up. Dey mought 'a been 2 deluges, and den agin dey moughtn't. And if der was any ark in dis yer what the crawfishes brung on, I ain't heard tell on it, and when dey ain't no arks round, I ain't got no time." Chapter 5 of Uncle Remus and Friends, 17 Stories by Joel Chandler Harris. This LibriVox recording is in the public domain. Why Mr. Possum Loves Peace. "One night," said Uncle Remus, taking Miss Sally's little boy on his knee and stroking the child's hair thoughtfully and caressingly, "one night Brer Possum call by for Brer Coon 'cordin' to 'greement, and atter gobblin' up a dish of fried greens and smokin' a seegyar, dey ramble fort fer to see how de balance of de settlement was gettin' 'long. Brer Coon, he was one of dese yer nat'ral pacers, and he racked 'long same as Mars John's bay pony. And Brer Possum, he went in a hand gallop, and dey got over a heap of ground, man. Brer Possum, he got his belly full of 'simmons, and Brer Coon, he scoop up abundance of frogs and tadpoles. Dey amble 'long, dey did, des as sociable as a basket of kittens, twel by and by dey hear Mr. Dog talkin' to hisself way off in de woods. "'Sposen he runs up on us, Brer Possum, what you gwine to do?' says Brer Coon, sezee. Brer Possum sorter laugh round de corners of his mouth. 'Oh, if he come, Brer Coon, I'm gwine to stan' by you,' says Brer Possum. 'What you gwine to do?' sezee. 'Who, me?' says Brer Coon. 'If he run onto me, I lay I'll give him one twist,' sezee. "'Did the dog come?' asked the little boy. "'Go 'way, honey,' responded the old man in an impressive tone. "'Go 'way. Mr. Dog, he come and he come a-zoomin'. And he ain't wait fer to say howdy, needer. He des sails into de 2 of 'em. De ve'y fus pass he make, Brer Possum fetch a grin from year to year and keel over like he was dead. Den Mr. Dog, he sail into Brer Coon, and right dar's where he drop his money purse, 'cause Brer Coon was cut out for dat kind of business, and he fairly wipe up de face of de earth with him. You better believe dat when Mr. Dog got a chance to make hisself scarce, he took it, and what there was left of 'em went ski-daddlin' through de woods like it was shot out'n a musket. And Brer Coon, he sorter lick his clothes into shape and rack off, and Brer Possum, he lay dar like he was dead, twel by and by he raise up sorter keerful like, and when he find de coast clear, he scramble up and scamper off like something was atter him." Here Uncle Remus paused long enough to pick up a live coal of fire in his fingers, transfer it to the palm of his hand, and thence to his clay pipe, which he had been filling, a proceeding that was viewed by the little boy with undisguised admiration. The old man then proceeded: "Next time Brer Possum met Brer Coon 'fused to 'spond to his howdy, and dis made Brer Possum feel mighty bad, seein' as how dey used to make so many 'scursions toge'rr. "'What make you hold yo' head so high, Brer Coon?' says Brer Possum, sezee. "'I ain't runnin' wid cowards dese days,' says Brer Coon. 'When I wants you, I send for you,' sezee. Den Brer Possum get mighty mad. 'Who's any coward?' sezee. "'You is,' says Brer Coon, 'dat's who. I ain't 'sociatin' wid dem what lays down on de ground and plays dead when dere's a free fight goin' on,' sezee. Den Brer Possum grin and laugh fit to kill hisse'f. 'Law, Brer Coon, you don't speck I done dat 'cause I was feared, did you?' sezee. 'Why, I wa'n't no more feared dan you is dis minute. What was dey fer to be skeered on?' sezee. 'I knowed you'd get away wid Mr. Dog if I didn't, and I des lay dere watchin' you shake him, waitin' fer to put in when de time come,' sezee. Brer Coon turn up his nose. 'Dat's a mighty likely tale,' sezee, 'when Mr. Dog ain't more'n touch you 'fo' you keel over and lay dar stiff,' sezee. 'Dat's des what I was gwine tell you about,' says Brer Possum, sezee. 'I wa'n't no mo' scared dan you is right now, and I was fixin' fer to give Mr. Dog a sample of my jaw,' sezee, 'but I'm de most ticklish chap what you ever laid eyes on, and no sooner did Mr. Dog put his nose down yer among my ribs den I got to laughin', and I laughed twel I ain't had no use of my limbs,' sezee. 'And it's a mussy unto Mr. Dog dat I was ticklish, 'cause a little mo' and I'd a et him up,' sezee. 'I don't mind fightin', Brer Coon, no more dan you does,' sezee, 'but I declare to gracious if I can stand ticklin'. Git me in a row where there ain't no ticklin' loud, and I'm your man,' sezee. "And down to dis day," continued Uncle Remus, watching the smoke from his pipe curl upward over the little boy's head, "down to dis day Brer Possum's bound to surrender when you titch him in de short ribs, and Chapter 6 of Uncle Remus and Friends, 17 Stories by Joel Chandler Harris. This LibriVox recording is in the public domain. Mr. Rabbit grossly deceives Mr. Fox. One evening, when the little boy, whose nights with Uncle Remus were as entertaining as those Arabian ones of blessed memory, had finished supper and hurried out to sit with his venerable patron, he found the old man in great glee. Indeed, Uncle Remus was talking and laughing to himself at such a rate that the little boy was afraid he had company. The truth is, Uncle Remus had heard the child coming, and when the rosy-cheeked chap put his head in at the door, was engaged in a monologue, the burden of which seemed to be, "Oh, Molly Har, what you doin' dar? Settin' in the corner, smoking your cigar." As a matter of course, this vague allusion reminded the little boy of the fact that the wicked fox was still in pursuit of the rabbit, and he immediately put his curiosity in the shape of a question. "Uncle Remus, did the rabbit have to go clean away when he got loose from the tar baby?" "Bless gracious, honey, dat he didn't. Who, him? You don't know nothin' 'tall about Brer Rabbit, if dat's de way you puttin' him down. What he gwine way fer? He mought 'a stayed sorter close twel de pitch rub off in his ha'r. But 'twa'n't many days 'fore he was lopin' up and down the neighborhood same as ever, and I don't know if he wa'n't mo' sassier than before. Seems like de tale 'bout how he got mixed up wid de Tar Baby got roun' 'mongst de neighbors, leastways Miss Meadows and de gals got wind of it, and de nex' time Brer Rabbit paid 'em a visit, Miss Meadows tackled 'em 'bout it, and de gals sot up a monstrous gigglement. Brer Rabbit, he sot up des as cool as a cowcumber, he did, and let 'em run on. "Who was Miss Meadows, Uncle Remus?" inquired the little boy. "Don't ax me, honey. She was in de tale. Miss Meadows and de gals was in de tale I give you like it were gun to me. Brer Rabbit, he sot dar, he did, sorter lamb-like, and den by he cross his legs, he did, and wink his eyes slow, and up and say, says he, 'Ladies, Brer Fox was my daddy's riding hoss for 30 year, maybe mo', but 30 year dat I knows,'n', says he. And den he paid him his specks and tip his beaver, and march off he did, des as stiff and stuck up as a fire stick. Nex' day Brer Fox come a-callin', and when he gun fer to laugh 'bout Brer Rabbit, Miss Meadows and de gals, dey ups and tells him 'bout what Brer Rabbit say. Den Brer Fox grit his tushes sho 'nuff he did, and he look mighty dumpy, but when he rise fer to go, he up and say, says he, 'Ladies, I ain't 'sputin' what you say, but I'll make Brer Rabbit chaw up his words and spit 'em out right yer where you can see 'em,' says he, and wid dat, off Brer Fox put. And when he got in de big road, he shook de dew off'n his tail, and made a straight shoot for Brer Rabbit's house. When he got dar, Brer Rabbit was speckin' of him, and de door was shut fast. Brer Fox knock. Nobody ain't answer. Brer Fox knock. Nobody answer. Den he knock again. Blam, blam. Den Brer Rabbit holler out mighty weak, 'Is that you, Brer Fox? I want you to run and fetch de doctor. Dat beta pussy what I et dis mornin' is gettin' way wid me. Do please, Brer Fox, run quick,' says Brer Rabbit, says he. 'I'll come out of you, Brer Rabbit,' says Brer Fox, says he. 'Dar's gwine be a party up at Miss Meadows,' says he. 'All de gals will be there, and I promised dat I'd fetch you. De gals, dey 'lowed dat hit wouldn't be no party 'ceppin' I fotch you,' says Brer Fox, says he. Den Brer Rabbit say he was too sick, and Brer Fox say he wasn't. And dar they had it up and down, 'sputin' and contendin'. Brer Rabbit say he can't walk. Brer Fox say he tote him. Brer Rabbit say how? Brer Fox say in his arms. Brer Rabbit say he drap him. Brer Fox 'low he won't. By Brer Rabbit say he'd go if Brer Fox tote him on his back. Brer Fox say he would. Brer Rabbit say he can't ride without a saddle. Brer Fox say he get de saddle. Brer Rabbit say he can't set in saddle less he have bridle for to hold by. Brer Fox say he get de bridle. Brer Rabbit say he can't ride without blind bridle, 'cause Brer Fox be shyin' at stumps along de road and fling 'em off. Brer Fox say he get blind bridle. Den Brer Rabbit say he go. Den Brer Fox say he ride Brer Rabbit most up to Miss Meadows, and den he could get down and walk de balance of de way. Brer Rabbit 'greed, and den Brer Fox leapt out atter de saddle and de bridle. Course Brer Rabbit know de game dat Brer Fox was fixin' fer to play, and he 'termined fer to outdo him, and by de time he comb his hair and twist his moustache and sorter rig up, yer come Brer Fox, saddle and bridle on, and lookin' as pert as a circus pony. He trot up to de door and stand dar pawin' de ground and chompin' de bit same like sho 'nuff hoss. And Brer Rabbit he mount, he did, and dey amble off. Brer Fox can't see behind wid de blind bridle on, but bimeby he feel Brer Rabbit raise one of his foots. "What you doin' now, Brer Rabbit?" sezee. "Shortening de lef stirrup," Brer Fox sezee. Bimeby Brer Rabbit raise de udder foot. "What you doin' now, Brer Rabbit?" sezee. "Pullin' down my pants, Brer Fox," sezee. All dis time, bless gracious, honey, Brer Rabbit was puttin' on his spurs, and when dey got close to Miss Meadows, where Brer Rabbit was to get off, and Brer Fox made a motion for to stand still, Brer Rabbit slapped the spurs into Brer Fox flanks, and you better believe he got over ground. When dey got to the house, Miss Meadows and all de gals was sitting on de pizza. Instead of stopping at the gate, Brer Rabbit ran on by, he did, and then come galloping down the road and up to the hoss rack, which he hitched Brer Fox at, and then he saunter into the house, he did, and shake hands with the gals, and set dar smoking his seegyar same as a town man. Bimeby he drew a long puff, and then let hit out'n a cloud, and square hisself back and holler out, he did, "Ladies, ain't I done tell you Brer Fox was de riding hoss for our family? He's sorter losing his gait now, but I speck I can fetch him all right in a month or so," sezee. And then Brer Rabbit sorter grin, he did, and de gals giggle, and Miss Meadows, she praise up de pony, and dar was Brer Fox hitched fast to the rack and couldn't help hisself. "Is that all, Uncle Remus?" asked the little boy as the old man paused. "Dat ain't all, honey, but 'twon't do fer to give out too much cloth fer to cut one par pants." Chapter 7 of Uncle Remus and Friends 17 Stories by Joel Chandler Harris. This LibriVox recording is in the public domain. Mr. Fox is again victimized. When Miss Sally's little boy went to Uncle Remus the next night to hear the conclusion of the adventure in which the rabbit made a riding horse of the fox, to the great enjoyment and gratification of Miss Meadows and the girls, he found the old man in a bad humor. "I ain't tellin' no tales to bad chilluns," said Uncle Remus curtly. "But, Uncle Remus, I ain't been bad," said the little boy plaintively. "Who dat chunkin' dem chickens dis mawnin'? Who dat knockin' de folkses eyes wid dat yellow mamma sling des 'fo' dinner? Who dat sickin' dat pinter puppy after my pig? Who dat scatterin' my engine sets? Who dat flingin' rocks on top of my house, which a little mo' and one of 'em would a drap sprang on my head?" "Well, now, Uncle Remus, I didn't go to do it. I won't do so any more. Please, Uncle Remus, if you will tell me, I'll run to the house and bring you some tea cakes." "Seein' 'em's better'n hear tell of 'em," replied the old man, the severity of his countenance relaxing somewhat. But the little boy darted out, and in a few minutes came running back with his pockets full and his hands full. "I lay yo' mammy'll s'picion dat de rat's stomachs is widenin' in dis neighborhood when she come fer to count up her cakes," said Uncle Remus, with a chuckle. "Dese," he continued, dividing the cakes up into 2 equal parts, "dese are tackle now, and dese are lay by for Sunday. Lemme see, I most disremember whereabouts Brer Fox and Brer Rabbit was." "The rabbit rode the fox to Miss Meadows and hitched him to the horse rack," said the little boy. "Why, course he did," said Uncle Remus. "Course he did. Well, Brer Rabbit rid Brer Fox up, he did, and tied him to the rack, and den sat out in de pizza wid de gals a-smokin' of his seegyar wid mo' proudness dan what you mos' ever see. Dey talk and dey sing, and dey play on de piano, de gals did, twel bimeby hit come time for Brer Rabbit for to be gwine, and he tell 'em all goodbye, and strut out to de hoss rack, same as he was de king of de patterollers. And den he mount Brer Fox and ride off. Brer Fox ain't sayin' nothin' 'tall. He des rack off, he did, and keep his mouth shut. And Brer Rabbit knowed dat there was business cookin' up for him, and he feel monstrous skittish. Brer Fox amble on twel he get to de long lane outer sight of Miss Meadows's house, and den he turn loose, he did. He rip and he ra'r, and he cuss and he swear, he snort and he cavort. "What was he doing that for, Uncle Remus?" the little boy inquired. "He was tryin' for to fling Brer Rabbit off'n his back, bless yo' soul. But he des might as well a wrastle wid his own shadder. Every time he hump hisself, Brer Rabbit slap de spurs in him, and there dey had it up and down. Brer Fox fairly tore up de ground, he did, and he jump so high, and he jump so quick, dat he mighty nigh snatch his own tail off. Dey keep on gwine on dis way, twel bimeby Brer Fox lay down and roll over, he did, and dis sorter unsettled Brer Rabbit, but by de time Brer Fox got back on his footses again, Brer Rabbit was gwine through de underbrush mo samer dan a race hoss. Brer Fox, he lit out atter him, he did, and he pushed Brer Rabbit so close dat it was 'bout all he could do fer to get in a holler tree. Hole too little for Brer Fox fer to get in, so he had to lay down and rest and gather his mind together. While he was layin' dar, Mr. Buzzard come flappin' 'long, and seein' Brer Fox stretch out on de ground, he lit and viewed de premises. Den Mr. Buzzard sorter shake his wing, and put his head on one side, and say to hisself like, sezee, "Brer Fox dead, and I so sorry," sezee. "No, I ain't dead nudder," said Brer Fox, sezee. "I got Old Man Rabbit pent up in here," sezee, "and I'm gwine to get him dis time if it takes twel Christmas," sezee. Den, atter mo' palaver, Brer Fox make a bargain dat Mr. Buzzard was to watch de hole, and keep Brer Rabbit de whiles Brer Fox went atter his axe. Den Brer Fox he lope off, he did, and Mr. Buzzard he tuck up and stand at de hole. Bimeby, when all was git still, Brer Rabbit sorter scramble down close to de hole, he did, and holler out, "Brer Fox! Oh, Brer Fox!" Brer Fox done gone, and nobody said nothin'. Den Brer Rabbit squall out like he was mad, sezee. "You needn't talk less you want to," sezee. "I knows you dar, and I ain't keerin'," sezee. "I des want to tell you dat I wish mighty bad Brer Turkey Buzzard was here," sezee. Den Mr. Buzzard try to talk like Brer Fox. "What you want wid Mr. Buzzard?" sezee. "Oh, nothin' in 'tickler, 'cep dar's de fattest gray squirrel in yer dat I ever see," sezee. "And if Brer Turkey Buzzard was round, he'd be mighty glad fer to get him," sezee. "How Mr. Buzzard gwine to get him?" says the Buzzard, sezee. "Well, dar's a little hole round on de udder side of de tree," says Brer Rabbit, sezee, "and if Brer Turkey Buzzard was here, so he could take up his stand dar, sezee, I'd drive dat squirrel out," sezee. "Drive him out, den," says Mr. Buzzard, sezee, "and I'll see dat Brer Turkey Buzzard get him," sezee. Den Brer Rabbit kick up a racket like he was driving something out, and Mr. Buzzard he rush round for to catch de squirrel, and Brer Rabbit he dash out, he did, and he des fly for home. At this point Uncle Remus took one of the tea cakes, held his head back, opened his mouth, dropped the cake in with a sudden motion, looked at the little boy with an expression of astonishment, and then closed his eyes and begun to chew, mumbling as an accompaniment the plaintive tune of "Don't You Grieve Atter Me." The séance was over, but before the little boy went into the big house, Uncle Remus laid his rough hand tenderly on the child's shoulder and remarked in a confidential tone, "Honey, you mus' get up soon Christmas morning and open de do', 'cause I'm gwine to bounce in on Mars John and Miss Sally, and holler Christmas gift des like I useter endurin' de farmin' days 'fo' de war, when ole Miss was 'live. I boun' dey don't forget de ole nigger nudder. When you hear me callin' de pigs, honey, you des hop up and unfasten de do'. I lay I'll give Mars John." Chapter 8 of Uncle Remus and Friends, 17 Stories by Joel Chandler Harris. This LibriVox recording is in the public domain. Mr. Fox is Outdone by Mr. Buzzard. "If I don't run into no mistakes," remarked Uncle Remus, as the little boy came tripping in to see him after supper, "Mr. Turkey Buzzard was a guardin' de holler where Brer Rabbit went in at and which he come out'n." The silence of the little boy verified the old man's recollection. "Well, Mr. Buzzard, he feel mighty lonesome, he did, but he done promised Brer Fox dat he'd stay, en he 'termin' fer to sorter hang 'round en jine in de joke. En he ain't hatter wait long, nudder, 'kaze bimeby yer come Brer Fox gallopin' through de woods wid his axe on his shoulder. "'How you speck Brer Rabbit's gettin' on, Brer Buzzard?' says Brer Fox, sezee. "'Oh, he in dar,' says Brer Buzzard, sezee. "'He's mighty still, dough. I speck he's takin' a nap,' sezee. "'Den I'm des in time fer to wake him up,' says Brer Fox, sezee. En wid dat, he flung off his coat en spit in his hands en grab de axe. Den he draw back en come down on de tree, pow! En every time he come down wid de axe, pow! Mr. Buzzard, he step high, he did, en holler out, 'Oh, he in dar, Brer Fox, he in dar sho.' Every time a chip 'ud fly off, Mr. Buzzard, he jump en dodge en hol' his head sideways, he would, en holler, 'He in dar, Brer Fox, I done hit him, he in dar sho.' En Brer Fox, he lammed away at dat holler tree, he did, like a man maulin' rails. Twel bimeby, atter he done got de tree mos' cut through, he stop fer to ketch his breff, en he seed Mr. Buzzard laughin' behind his back, he did, en right den en dar, widout gwine any furder, Brer Fox, he smelt a rat. But Mr. Buzzard, he kept on hollerin', 'He in dar, Brer Fox, he in dar sho. I done seed 'im.' Den Brer Fox, he make like he peepin' up de holler, en he sezee, 'Run yer, Brer Buzzard, en look if dis ain't Brer Rabbit's foot hangin' down yer.' En Mr. Buzzard, he come steppin' up, he did, same as if he was treadin' on kurkleburrs, en he stick his head in de hole, en no sooner did he done dat, den Brer Fox grab him. Mr. Buzzard flap his wings en scramble roun' right smartly, he did, but 'twa'n't no use. Brer Fox had de 'vantage of de grip, he did, en he helt dem right down to de ground. Den Mr. Buzzard squall out, sezee, 'Lemme 'lone, Brer Fox, turn me loose,' sezee. 'Brer Rabbit'll get out. You're gettin' close at him,' sezee, 'en 11 mo' licks'll fetch him,' sezee. 'I'm nigher to you, Brer Buzzard,' says Brer Fox, sezee, 'den I'll be to Brer Rabbit dis day,' sezee. 'What you fool me fer?' sezee. 'Lemme 'lone, Brer Fox,' says Mr. Buzzard, sezee. 'My ole woman waitin' fer me. Brer Rabbit in dar,' sezee. 'Dar's a bunch of his fur on dat blackberry bush,' says Brer Fox, sezee, 'en dat ain't de way he come,' sezee. Den Mr. Buzzard up and tell Brer Fox how 'twas, and he 'lowed, Mr. Buzzard did, dat Brer Rabbit was de low downest what's his name what he ever run up wid. Den Brer Fox say, sezee, "Dat's needer here nor dar, Brer Buzzard," sezee. "I lef you fer to watch dis yer hole, and I lef Brer Rabbit in dar. I comes back, and I finds you at de hole, and Brer Rabbit ain't in dar," sezee. "I'm gwine to make you pay fer't. I done been tampered wid twel plumb down to de sapsucker set on a log and sassy me. I'm gwine to fling you in de brush heap and burn you up," sezee. "If you fling me in de fire, Brer Fox, I'll fly away," says Mr. Buzzard, sezee. "Well, den, I'll settle yo' hash right now," says Brer Fox, sezee, and wid dat he grab Mr. Buzzard by de tail, he did, and make fer to dash him 'gin de ground. But des about dat time de tail feathers come out, and Mr. Buzzard sail off like one of dese yer balloons, and as he rise, he holler back, "You gimme good start, Brer Fox," sezee, and Brer Fox sot dar watch him fly out of sight. "But what became of the rabbit, Uncle Remus?" asked the little boy. "Don't you pester longer Brer Rabbit, honey, and don't you fret 'bout him. You hear where he went and how he come out. Dish yer cold snap wrastles wid my bones now," continued the old man, putting on his hat and picking up his walking stick. "Hit wrastles wid me monstrous, and I got a Chapter 9 of Uncle Remus and Friends, 17 Stories by Joel Chandler Harris. This LibriVox recording is in the public domain. Miss Cow falls a victim to Mr. Rabbit. "Uncle Remus," said the little boy, "what became of the rabbit after he fooled the buzzard and got out of the hollow tree?" "Who, Brer Rabbit? Bless your soul, honey! Brer Rabbit went skipping 'long home, he did, des as sassy as a jay bird at a sparrow's nest. He went gallopin' 'long, he did, but he feel mighty fired out and stiff in his j'ints, and he was mighty nigh dead for somethin' fer to drink, and by, when he got mos' home, he spied ole Miss Cow feedin' round in the field, he did, and he 'termined fer to try his hand wid her. Brer Rabbit know mighty well dat Miss Cow won't give him no milk, 'kase she done 'fuse him mo' dan once, and when his ole woman was sick at dat. But never mind dat. Brer Rabbit sorter dance up 'longside de fence, he did, and holler out, "Howdy, Sis Cow," says Brer Rabbit, sezee. "Why, howdy, Brer Rabbit," says Miss Cow, says she. "How you find yo'self dese days, Sis Cow?" says Brer Rabbit, sezee. "I'm sorter tolerable, Brer Rabbit. How you come on?" says Miss Cow, says she. "Oh, I'm tolerable myself, Sis Cow, sorter lingerin' 'twixt a bark and a breakdown," says Brer Rabbit, sezee. "How yo' folks, Brer Rabbit?" says Miss Cow, says she. "Dey des middlin', Sis Cow. How Brer Bull gettin' on?" says Brer Rabbit, sezee. "Sorter so, says Miss Cow, says she. "Dey's some mighty nice 'simmons up dis tree, Sis Cow," says Brer Rabbit, sezee, "en I'd like mighty well fer to have some of 'em," sezee. "How you gwine to git 'em, Brer Rabbit?" says she. "I 'lowed maybe dat I might ax you fer to butt 'gin de tree en shake 'em down, Sis Cow," says Brer Rabbit, sezee. Course, Miss Cow don't want to discommodate Brer Rabbit, and she march up to de 'simmon tree, she did, and hit it a rap wid her horns, blam! "Now den," continued Uncle Remus, tearing off the corner of a plug of tobacco and cramming it into his mouth, "now den, dem 'simmons was green as grass, and nary one of dem drap. Den Miss Cow butt de tree, blim! Nary 'simmon drap. Den Miss Cow sorter back off little and run up agin de tree, blap! No 'simmons never drap. Den Miss Cow back off a little furder, she did, and hist her tail on her back, and come agin de tree lam! And she come so fast, and she come so hard, twel one of her horns went sprang through de tree, and dar she was. She can't go forwards, and she can't go backwards. Dis 'zactly what Brer Rabbit waitin' for, and he no sooner seed ole Miss Cow all fastened up, dan he jump up, he did, and cut de pigeon wing. "Come help me out, Brer Rabbit," says Miss Cow, says she. "I can't climb, Sis Cow," says Brer Rabbit, says he, "but I'll run and tell Brer Bull," says he, and wid dat, Brer Rabbit put out for home, and 'twa'n't long, for here he come wid his old woman and all his chilluns, and de last one of de family was totin' a pail. De big uns had big pails, and de little uns had little pails, and dey all surrounded ole Miss Cow, dey did, and you hear me, honey, dey milked her dry. De old uns milked, and de young uns milked, and den when dey done got 'nuff, Brer Rabbit he up and say, says he, "I wish you mighty well, Sis Cow. I 'lowed, bein's how dat you had a sorter camp out all night, that I'd better come along and swag your bag," says he. "Do which, Uncle Remus?" asked the little boy. "Go 'long, honey, swag your bag. When cows don't get milked, de bag swells, and you can hear 'em a moanin' and a bellerin' des like dey was gettin' hurted. Dat's what Brer Rabbit done. He 'sembled his fambly, he did, and he swaggied ole Miss Cow's bag. Miss Cow, she stood dar, she did, and she study and strive for to break loose, but de horn done been jam in de tree so tight dat 'twuz way 'fo' day in de mornin' 'fo' she loose it. Anyhow, it was endurin' of de night, and atter she get loose, she sorter gaze roun', she did, fer to justify her stomach. She 'lowed, ole Miss Cow did, dat Brer Rabbit be hoppin' 'long dat way fer to see how she gettin' on, and she tuck'n lay and trap for him. And des 'bout sunrise, what 'ud ole Miss Cow do but march up to de 'simmon tree and stick her horn back in de hole. But bless yo' soul, honey, while she was croppin' de grass, she took one mouthful too many, 'kase when she hitch on to de 'simmon tree agin, Brer Rabbit was sittin' in de fence corner watchin' her. Den Brer Rabbit, he says to hisself, "Hello," says he, "what dish yer gwine on now? Hold your hosses, Sis Cow, twel you hear me comin'," says he. And den he crop off down de fence, Brer Rabbit did, and bimeby here he come, lippity-clippity, clippity-lippity, des a sailin' down de big road. "Mornin', Sis Cow," says Brer Rabbit, says he. "How you come on dis mornin'?" says he. "Po'ly, Brer Rabbit, po'ly," says Miss Cow, says she. "I ain't had no rest all night," says she. "I can't pull loose," says she. "But if you'll come and ketch holt of my tail, Brer Rabbit," says she, "I reckon maybe I can fetch my horn out," says she. Den Brer Rabbit, he come up a little closer, but he ain't gettin' too close. "I speck I'm nigh enough, Sis Cow," says Brer Rabbit, says he. "I'm a mighty puny man, and I might get trampled," says he. "You do de pullin', Sis Cow," says he, "and I'll do de gruntin'," says he. Den Miss Cow, she pull out her horn, she did, and took atter Brer Rabbit, and down de big road dey had it. Brer Rabbit wid his years laid back, and Miss Cow wid her head down and her tail curl. Brer Rabbit kep' on gainin', and by, he dart in a briar patch, and by de time Miss Cow come 'long, he had his head stickin' out, and his eyes looked big as Miss Sally's chanty sassers. "Hey-o, Sis Cow, where you gwine?" says Brer Rabbit, says he. "Howdy, Brer Big Eyes," says Miss Cow, says she. "Is you see Brer Rabbit go by?" "He des dis minute pass," says Brer Rabbit, says he, "en he look mighty sick," says he. And wid dat, Miss Cow took down de road like de dogs was atter her, and Brer Rabbit, he des lay down in de briar patch and rolled and laughed twel his sides hurted him. He bleezed to laugh. Fox atter him, Buzzard atter him, and Cow atter him. Chapter 10 of Uncle Remus and Friends, 17 Stories by Joel Chandler Harris. This LibriVox recording is in the public domain. Mr. Terrapin appears upon the scene. Miss Sally's little boy again occupying the anxious position of auditor, Uncle Remus took the shovel and put the noses of the chunks together, as he expressed it, and then began. One day, atter Sis Cow done run past her own shadder tryin' fer to ketch him, Brer Rabbit took and 'lowed dat he was gwine to drop in and see Miss Meadows and de gals, and he got out his piece of lookin'-glass and primp up, he did, and sot out. Gwine canterin' along de road, who should Brer Rabbit run up wid but old Brer Terrapin, de same old 1 and 6pence. Brer Rabbit stop, he did, and rap on de roof of Brer Terrapin house. "On the roof of his house, Uncle Remus?" interrupted the little boy. "Co'se, honey. Brer Terrapin carry his house wid him. Rain or shine, hot or cold, strike up at old Brer Terrapin when you will and whilst you may, and where you find him, dar you'll find his shanty. It's des like I tell you. So den, Brer Rabbit he rap on de roof of Brer Terrapin's house, he did, and ask was he in, and Brer Terrapin 'low dat he was, and den Brer Rabbit he ax him howdy, and den Brer Terrapin he likewise 'spond howdy, and den Brer Rabbit he say where was Brer Terrapin gwine, and Brer Terrapin he say which he wa'n't gwine nowhere skacely. Den Brer Rabbit 'low he was on his way fer to see Miss Meadows and de gals, and he ax Brer Terrapin if he won't jine in and go 'long, and Brer Terrapin 'spond he don't care if he do, and den dey sot out. Dey had plenty of time for confabbin' 'long de way, but bimeby dey got dar, and Miss Meadows and de gals, dey come to de door, dey did, and ax 'em in, and in dey went. When dey got in, Brer Terrapin was so flat-footed that he was too low on de flo', and he wa'n't high 'nough in a cheer. But while dey was all scramblin' roun' tryin' fer to git Brer Terrapin a cheer, Brer Rabbit he pick him up and put him on de shelf where de water bucket sot, and old Brer Terrapin he lay back up dar, he did, des as proud as a nigger wid a cook possum. Co'se, de talk fell on Brer Fox, and Miss Meadows and de gals made a great 'miration about what a gaily riding hoss Brer Fox was, and dey made lots of fun and laugh and giggle, same like gals does dese days. Brer Rabbit he sot dar in de chair smoking his seegyar, and he sorter clear his throat, and he say, says he, "I'd 'a' rid him over dis mornin', ladies," says he, "but I rid him so hard yistiddy that he went lame in de off foreleg, and I speck I'll ha' to swap him off yet," says he. Den Brer Terrapin he up and say, says he, "Well, if you gwine to sell him, Brer Rabbit," says he, "sell him some'ers outen dis neighborhood, 'kase he done been yer too long now," says he. "No longer'n day 'fo' yistiddy," says he, "Brer Fox pass me on de road, and what do you reckon he say?" says he. "Lord, Brer Terrapin," says Miss Meadows, says she, "you don't mean to say he cussed?" says she, and den de gals helt der fans up 'fo' der faces. "Oh, no, madam," says Brer Terrapin, says he didn't cussed, but he hollered out, 'Hey-o, Stinkin' Jim,' says he. "Oh, my! You hear dat, gals?" says Miss Meadows, says she. "Brer Fox call Brer Terrapin Stinkin' Jim," says he. And den Miss Meadows and de gals make great wonderment how Brer Fox can talk dat way 'bout a nice man like Brer Terrapin. But bless gracious, honey, while all dis gwine on, Brer Fox was standing at de back door with one ear at de cat hole, listening. Eavesdroppers don't hear no good of deselves, and de way Brer Fox was busted dat day was a caution. By, Brer Fox stick his head in de door and holler out, "Good evening, folks. I wish you mighty well," says he. And with dat, he made a dash for Brer Rabbit. But Miss Meadows and de gals, dey holler and squall, dey did, and Brer Terrapin, he got to scrambling round up dar on de shelf, and off he come, and blip, he took Brer Fox on de back of de head. Dis sorter stunted Brer Fox, and when he get his members, the most he seed was a pot of greens turned over in de fireplace, and a broke chair. Brer Rabbit was gone, and Brer Terrapin was gone, and Miss Meadows and de gals was gone. "Where did the rabbit go, Uncle Remus?" the little boy asked after a pause. "Bless your soul, honey, Brer Rabbit, he skint up de chimney. That's what turned de pot of greens over. Brer Terrapin, he crope under de bed, he did, and got behind de clothes chest, and Miss Meadows and de gals, dey run out in de yard. Brer Fox, he sorter look round and feel of de back of his head where Brer Terrapin lit, but he don't see no sign of Brer Rabbit. But de smoke and de ashes gwine up de chimney got de best of Brer Rabbit, and by he sneeze. Ker-choo! "Aha!" says Brer Fox, says he. "You a dar, is you?" says he. "Well, I'm gwine to spoke you out if it takes a month. You a mine dis time," says he. Brer Rabbit ain't sayin' nothin'. "Ain't you comin' down?" says Brer Fox, says he. Brer Rabbit ain't sayin' nothin'. Den Brer Fox, he went out atter some wood, he did, and when he come back, he hear Brer Rabbit laughin'. "What you laughin' at, Brer Rabbit?" says Brer Fox, says he. "Can't tell you, Brer Fox," says Brer Rabbit, says he. "Better tell, Brer Rabbit," says Brer Fox, says he. "Dey ain't nothin' but a box of money somebody done gone and left up here in a chink of de chimney," says Brer Rabbit, says he. "Don't believe you," says Brer Fox, says he. "Look up and see," says Brer Rabbit, says he. And when Brer Fox look up, Brer Rabbit spit his eyes full of tobacco juice, he did, and Brer Fox, he make a break for de branch, and Brer Rabbit, he come down and told the ladies goodbye. "How you get him off, Brer Rabbit?" says Miss Meadows, says she. "Who, me?" says Brer Rabbit, says he. "Why, I des took and told him that if he didn't go long home and stop playin' his pranks on 'spectable folks, that I'd take him out and thrash him," says he. "And what became of the Terrapin?" asked the little boy. "Oh, well, den," exclaimed the old man, "chilluns can't 'spect to know all 'bout everything 'fo' dey get some rest." Chapter 11 of Uncle Remus and Friends, 17 Stories by Joel Chandler Harris. This LibriVox recording is in the public domain. Mr. Wolf Makes a Failure. "I lay yo' ma got company," said Uncle Remus, as the little boy entered the old man's store with a huge piece of mince pie in his hand. "And if she ain't got company, den she done gone and dropped de cupboard key some'ers, where you done run up with it." "Well, I saw the pie lying there, Uncle Remus, and I just thought I'd fetch it out to you." "To be sho', honey," replied the old man, regarding the child with admiration. "To be sho', honey, dat changes matters. Christmas doin's is out of date, and dey ain't got no business lying round loose. Dish yer pie," Uncle Remus continued, holding it up and measuring it with an experienced eye, "will gimme strenght fer to pursue on atter Brer Fox and Brer Rabbit and de other creeturs what they roped in 'long with 'em." Here the old man paused and proceeded to demolish the pie, a feat accomplished in a very short time. Then he wiped the crumbs from his beard and began. "Brer Fox feel so bad, and he get so mad 'bout Brer Rabbit, dat he dunno what to do, and he look mighty downhearted. By one day, whiles he was gwine along de road, ole Brer Wolf came up wid him. When dey done howdyin' and axin' atter one another's family connection, Brer Wolf, he 'low, he did, dat dere was sump'n wrong wid Brer Fox, and Brer Fox, he 'lowed dere warn't, and he went on and laugh and make great to-do, 'kase Brer Wolf look like he 'spicion sump'n. But Brer Wolf, he got mighty long head, and he sorter broach 'bout Brer Rabbit's carryin's on, 'kase de way dat Brer Rabbit 'ceive Brer Fox done got to be talk of de neighborhood. Den Brer Fox and Brer Wolf, dey sorter plavered on, dey did, twel by Brer Wolf, he up and say dat he done got plan fix fer to trap Brer Rabbit. Den Brer Fox say how? Den Brer Wolf up and tell him dat de way fer to get de drap on Brer Rabbit was to get him in Brer Fox house. Brer Fox done know Brer Rabbit of ole, en he know dat sorter game done wore to a frazzle, but Brer Wolf, he talk mighty swaydin'. "How you gwine to get him dar?" ask Brer Fox, sezee. "Fool him dar," says Brer Wolf, sezee. "Who gwine do de foolin'?" says Brer Fox, sezee. "I'll do de foolin'," says Brer Wolf, sezee, "if you do de gamin'," sezee. "How you gwine do it?" says Brer Fox, sezee. "You run 'long home en get on de bed, en make like you dead, en don't you say nothin' twel Brer Rabbit come en put his hands onto you," says Brer Wolf, sezee. "En if we don't get him for supper, Joe's dead en Sal's a widder," sezee. Dis look like a mighty nice game, en Brer Fox 'greed. So den he amble off home, en Brer Wolf, he march off to Brer Rabbit house. When he got dar, hit look like nobody at home, but Brer Wolf, he walk up en knock on de door, blam, blam, nobody come. Den he lam aloose en knock again, blam, blam. "Who dar?" says Brer Rabbit, sezee. "Friend," says Brer Wolf. "Too many friends spiles de dinner," says Brer Rabbit, sezee. "Which un's dis?" sezee. "I fetch bad news, Brer Rabbit," says Brer Wolf, sezee. "Bad news is soon told," says Brer Rabbit, sezee. By dis time Brer Rabbit done come to de door wid his head tied up in a red handkerchief. "Brer Fox died dis mornin'," says Brer Wolf, sezee. "Where yo' mournin' gown, Brer Wolf?" says Brer Rabbit, sezee. "Gwine atter it now," says Brer Wolf, sezee. "I des call by fer to bring you news. I went down to Brer Fox house little bit 'go, en dar I found him stiff," sezee. Den Brer Wolf lope off. Brer Rabbit sot down en scratch his head, he did, en by he says to hisse'f dat he b'lieve he sorter drop roun' by Brer Fox house fer to see how de lan' lay. No sooner said'n done. Up he jump en out he went. When Brer Rabbit got close to Brer Fox house, all look lonesome. Den he went up nigher. Nothin' stirred. Den he look in, en dar lay Brer Fox stretch out on de bed, des as big as life. Den Brer Rabbit make like he talkin' to hisse'f. Nobody roun' fer to look atter Brer Fox, not even Brer Turkey Buzzard ain't come to de funeral, sezee. "I hope Brer Fox ain't dead, but I speck he is," sezee. "Even down to Brer Wolf done gone en lef him. Hit's de busy season wid me, but I'll set up wid him. He seems like he dead, yet he mayn't be," says Brer Rabbit, sezee. "When a man go to see dead folks allers raises up de behind leg en hollers wahoo," sezee. Brer Fox, he lay still. Den Brer Rabbit, he talk a little louder. "Mighty funny. Brer Fox look like he dead, yet he don't do like he dead. Dead folks hists up the behind leg and hollers wahoo when a man comes to see him, says Brer Rabbit, says he. Sure enough, Brer Fox lift up his foot and holler wahoo, and Brer Rabbit, he tear out the house like the dogs was atter him. Brer Wolf mighty smart, but Chapter 12 of Uncle Remus and Friends, 17 Stories by Joel Chandler Harris. This LibriVox recording is in the public domain. Mr. Fox Tackles Old Man Tarrypin. "One day," said Uncle Remus, sharpening his knife on the palm of his hand, "one day Brer Fox strike up with Brer Terrapin right in the middle of the big road. Brer Terrapin done heerd him comin', and he 'low to hisself dat he sorter keep one eye open. But Brer Fox was monstrous polite, and he opened up de confab, he did, like he ain't see Brer Terrapin since de last freshet. "Hello, Brer Terrapin, where you been this long come short?" says Brer Fox, says he. "Loungin' round, Brer Fox, loungin' round," says Brer Terrapin. "You don't look sprucey like you did, Brer Terrapin," says Brer Fox, says he. "Loungin' round and sufferin'," says Brer Terrapin, says he. Den de talk sorter run on like dis. "What ails you, Brer Terrapin? Yo' eye look mighty red," says Brer Fox, says he. "Law, Brer Fox, you dunno what trouble is. You ain't been loungin' round and sufferin'," says Brer Terrapin, says he. "Both eyes look red, and you look mighty weak, Brer Terrapin," says Brer Fox, says he. "Law, Brer Fox, you dunno what trouble is," says Brer Terrapin, says he. "What ails you now, Brer Terrapin?" says Brer Fox, says he. "Took a walk de udder day, and man come 'long and sot de field afire. Law, Brer Fox, you dunno what trouble is," says Brer Terrapin, says he. "How you get out de fire, Brer Terrapin?" says Brer Fox, says he. "Sot and took it, Brer Fox," says Brer Terrapin, says he. "Sot and took it, and de smoke sif in my eye, and de fire scorch my back," says Brer Terrapin, says he. "Likewise hit burnt yo' tail off," says Brer Fox, says he. "Oh, no, dar's de tail, Brer Fox," says Brer Terrapin, says he, and wid dat he uncurl his tail from under de shell, and no sooner did he do dat dan Brer Fox grab it and holler out, "Oh, yes, Brer Terrapin, oh, yes! And you de man what lam me on de head at Miss Meadows, is you? You are in wid Brer Rabbit, is you? Well, I'm gwine to out you." Brer Terrapin beg and beg, but 'twant no use. Brer Fox done been fooled so much dat he look like he 'termined fer to have Brer Terrapin for good. Den Brer Terrapin beg Brer Fox not fer to drown him, but Brer Fox ain't making no promise, and den he beg Brer Fox fer to burn him, 'cause he done used to fire. But Brer Fox don't say nothin'. Bimeby Brer Fox drag Brer Terrapin off little ways below de spring house, and souse him under de water. Den Brer Terrapin begin fer to holler, "Turn loose dat stump root and ketch hold of me." Brer Fox, he holler back, "I ain't got hold of no stump root, and I is got hold of you." Brer Terrapin, he keep on hollerin', "Ketch hold of me, I'm drownin', I'm drownin'. Turn loose de stump root and ketch hold of me." Sho' nuff, Brer Fox turn loose de tail, and Brer Terrapin, he went down to de bottom, kerblunkety blink. No typographical combination or description could do justice to the guttural sonorousness, the peculiar intonation which Uncle Remus imparted to this combination. It was so peculiar, indeed, that the little boy asked, "How did he go to the bottom, Uncle Remus?" "Kerblunkety blink." "Was he drowned, Uncle Remus?" "Who? Old Man Tarrypin? Is you drowned when your ma tucks you into bed?"
"Well, no," replied the little boy dubiously.
"Old Man Tarrypin was at home, I tell you, honey.
Chapter 13 of Uncle Remus and Friends, 17 Stories by Joel Chandler Harris. This LibriVox recording is in the public domain. The Awful Fate of Mr. Wolf. Uncle Remus was half soling one of his shoes, and Miss Sally's little boy had been handling his awls, his hammers, and his knives to such an extent that the old man was compelled to assume a threatening attitude. But peace reigned again, and the little boy perched himself on a chair, watching Uncle Remus driving in pegs.
Folks what's allers pesterin' people and bodderin' longer dan what ain't darin' don't never come to no good end. Dar was Brer Wolf. 'Stead of mindin' of his own business, he had a takin' goin' partnerships wid Brer Fox, and dey was sca'cely a minute in de day dat he wa'n't atter Brer Rabbit. And he keep on, twel fust knows you knowed, he got cotch up wid monst'us bad.
"Goodness, Uncle Remus, I thought the wolf let the rabbit alone after he tried to fool him about the fox being dead."
"Better lemme tell dish yer my way. By hit'll be yo' bedtime, and Miss Sally'll be hollerin' atter you, and you'll be a whimplin' round. And den Mars John'll fetch up de rear wid dat air strop what I made fer him."
The child laughed and playfully shook his fist in the simple, serious face of the venerable old darky, but said no more. Uncle Remus waited a while to be sure there was to be no other demonstration, and then proceeded.
"Brer Rabbit ain't see no peace whatsomever. He can't leave home 'cep' Brer Wolf 'ud make a raid and tote off some of de family. Brer Rabbit built him a straw house, and hit was tore down. Den he made a house out'n pine tops, and dat went de same way. Den he made him a bark house, and dat was raided on, and every time he lose a house, he lose one of his chilluns. Las' Brer Rabbit got mad, he did, and cussed, and den he went off, he did, and got some carpenters, and dey built him a plank house wid rock foundations. Atter dat he could have some peace and quietness. He could go out and pass de time of day wid his neighbors, and come back and set by de fire and smoke his pipe and read de newspapers, same like any man what got a family. He made a hole, he did, in de cellar, where de little rabbits could hide out when there was much of a racket in de neighborhood, and de latch of de front door cotch on de inside. Brer Wolf, he see how de land lay, he did, and he lay low. De little rabbits was mighty skittish, but hit got so dat cold chills ain't run up Brer Rabbit's back no more when he heard Brer Wolf go gallopin' by. By one day, when Brer Rabbit was fixin' for to call on Miss Coon, he heerd a monstrous fuss and clatter up de big road, and mos' 'fo' he could fix his years for to listen, Brer Wolf run in de door. De little rabbits, dey went into der hole in de cellar, dey did, like blowin' out a candle. Brer Wolf was fairly covered wid mud and mighty nigh out of wind. "Oh, do pray save me, Brer Rabbit," says Brer Wolf, says he. "Do please, Brer Rabbit, de dogs is atter me, and dey'll tar me up. Don't you hear 'em comin'? Oh, do please save me, Brer Rabbit. Hide me some'ers where de dogs won't get me." No quicker said dan done. "Jump in dat big chest dar, Brer Wolf," says Brer Rabbit, says he. "Jump in dar and make yo'self at home." In jump Brer Wolf, down come de lid, and into de hasp went de hook, and dar Mr. Wolf was. Den Brer Rabbit went to de lookin'-glass, he did, and winked hisself, and den he drawed de rockin' cheer in front of de fire, and took a big chaw of terbacker. "Tobacco, Uncle Remus?" asked the little boy incredulously. "Rabbit tobacco, honey. You know dish your life everlasting what Miss Sally puts among de clothes in de trunk? Well, dat's rabbit terbacker. Den Brer Rabbit sot dar a long time, he did, turnin' his mind over and workin' his thinking machine. Bimeby he got up and sorter stir round. Den Brer Wolf open up. "Is de dogs all gone, Brer Rabbit?" "Seems like I hear one of 'em smellin' round de chimney corner just now." Den Brer Rabbit get de kettle and fill it full of water and put it on de fire. "What you doin' now, Brer Rabbit?" "I'm fixin' fer to make you a nice cup of tea, Brer Wolf." Den Brer Rabbit went to de cupboard and get de gimlet and commence fer to bow little holes in de chest lid. "What you doin' now, Brer Rabbit?" "I'm bowin' little holes so you can get breath, Brer Wolf." Den Brer Rabbit went out and get some mo' wood and fling it on de fire. "What you doin' now, Brer Rabbit?" "I'm a chunkin' up de fire so you won't get cold, Brer Wolf." Den Brer Rabbit went down into de cellar and fotch out all his chilluns. "What you doin' now, Brer Rabbit?" "I'm tellin' my chilluns what a nice man you is, Brer Wolf." En de chilluns, dey had to put der hands on der mouths fer to keep from laughin'. Den Brer Rabbit, he got de kettle and commence fer to pour de hot water on de chest lid. "What's dat I hear, Brer Rabbit?" "You hear de wind a-blowin', Brer Wolf." Den de water began fer to sift through. "What's dat I feel, Brer Rabbit?" "You feels de fleas a-bitin', Brer Wolf." "Dey bitin' mighty hard, Brer Rabbit." "Turn over on de udder side, Brer Wolf." "What's dat I feel now, Brer Rabbit?" "Still you feel de fleas, Brer Wolf." "Dey eatin' me up, Brer Rabbit," and dem was de las' words of Brer Wolf, 'kase de scaldin' water done de business. Den Brer Rabbit call in his neighbors, he did, and dey helt a reg'lar jubilee. And if you go to Brer Rabbit's house now, I dunno but what you'll find Brer Wolf's hide hangin' in de back porch. Chapter 14 of Uncle Remus and Friends. 17 stories by Joel Chandler Harris. This LibriVox recording is in the public domain. Mr. Fox and the Deceitful Frogs. When the little boy ran in to see Uncle Remus the night after he had told him of the awful fate of Brer Wolf, the only response to his greeting was, "A doomerker comerker." No explanation could convey an adequate idea of the intonation and pronunciation which Uncle Remus brought to bear upon this wonderful word. Those who can recall to mind the peculiar gurgling, jerking liquid sound made by pouring water from a large jug, or the sound produced by throwing several stones in rapid succession into a pond of deep water, may be able to form a very faint idea of the sound, but it cannot be reproduced in print. The little boy was astonished. "What did you say, Uncle Remus?" "A doomerker comerker. A doomerker comerker." "What is that?" "Dat's Terrapin talk, dat is. Bless your soul, honey," continued the old man, brightening up, "when you get old as me, when you see what I sees and hear what I hears, de creeturs dat you can't talk wid will be mighty scarce, dey will dat. Dere's a old gray rat what uses about here, and time atter time he comes out when you all done gone to bed, and sets up dar in de corner and dozes, and me and him talks by de hour, and what dat old rat don't know ain't down in de spellin' book. Des now when you run in and broke me up, I was fetchin' into my mind what Brer Terrapin say to Brer Fox when he turn him loose in de branch." "What did he say, Uncle Remus?" "Dat's what he said. A doomerker comerker. Brer Terrapin was at de bottom of de pond, and he talked back, he did, in bubbles, a doomerker comerker. Brer Fox, he ain't sayin' nothin', but Brer Bullfrog, settin' on de bank, he hear Brer Terrapin, he did, and he holler back, 'Jug-a-room come doom, jug-a-room come doom.'
Then Brer Frog holler out, knee deep, knee deep. Den old Brer Bullfrog, he holler back, don't you believe him, don't you believe him. Den the bubbles come up from Brer Terrapin, a doomerker come, murker. Den Brer Frog sing out, waitin', waitin'. Den old Brer Bullfrog talk through his hoarseness, dar you find your brudder, dar you find your brudder. Sure enough, Brer Fox look over the bank, he did, and there was n'er fox looking at him out of the water. Den he reach out for to shake hands, and in he went, heels over head, and Brer Terrapin bubble out, a doomerker come merker. Was the fox drowned, Uncle Remus? Asked the little boy. He wasn't exactly drownded, honey, replied the old man with an air of cautious reserve. He did manage for to scramble out, but a little mo' and the mud turtle would have got him. Chapter 15 of Uncle Remus and Friends, 17 Stories by Joel Chandler Harris. This LibriVox recording is in the public domain. Mr. Fox goes a-hunting, but Mr. Rabbit bags the game. "Atter Brer Fox hear 'bout how Brer Rabbit done Brer Wolf," said Uncle Remus, scratching his head with the point of his awl, "he 'low he did dat he better not be so brash, and he sorter let Brer Rabbit 'lone. Dey was all time seein' one nudder, and bun'ts of times Brer Fox could 'a' nabbed Brer Rabbit, but eve'y time he got de chance his mind 'd sorter resume 'bout Brer Wolf, and he let Brer Rabbit 'lone. Bimeby dey gun to get kinder familious wid one anudder, like dey useter, and it got so Brer Fox could call on Brer Rabbit, and dey'd set up and smoke der pipes, dey would, like no harsh feelin's had ever rested 'twix 'em. Las' one day Brer Fox come 'long all rig out, and ax Brer Rabbit fer to go huntin' wid him, but Brer Rabbit, he sorter feel lazy, en he tell Brer Fox dat he got some udder fish fer to fry. Brer Fox feel mighty sorry, he did, but he say he believe he try his hand anyhow, en off he put. He was gone all day, en he had a monstrous streak of luck, Brer Fox did, en he bagged a sight of game. Bimeby, toward de shank of de evening, Brer Rabbit sorter stretch hisse'f, he did, en 'low hit's mos' time fer Brer Fox fer to get 'long home. Den Brer Rabbit, he went en mounted a stump fer to see ef he could year Brer Fox comin'. He ain't been dat long, twel sho' nuff, yer come Brer Fox through de woods, singin' like a nigger at a frolic. Brer Rabbit, he lipt down off'n de stump, he did, en lay down in de road, en made like he dead. Brer Fox, he come 'long, he did, en see Brer Rabbit layin' dar. He turned him over, he did, en 'zamine him, en says he, "Dis yer rabbit dead. He look like he been dead long time. He dead, but he mighty fat. He de fattest rabbit what I ever see, but he been dead too long. I feared to take him home," says he. Brer Rabbit ain't sayin' nothin'. Brer Fox, he sorter lick his chops, but he went on en lef Brer Rabbit layin' in de road. Dreckly he was out of sight, Brer Rabbit, he jump up, he did, en run roun' through de woods en get befo' Brer Fox again. Brer Fox, he come up, en dar lay Brer Rabbit, 'parently cold en stiff. Brer Fox, he look at Brer Rabbit, en he sorter study. Atter while, he unslung his game bag, en say to hisse'f, says he, "Dis yer rabbit's gwine to waste. I'll des 'bout leave my game yer, en I'll go back en get dat udder rabbit, en den I'll make folks believe dat I'm Old Man Hunter from Huntsville," says he. En wid dat, he drapped his game en loped back up de road atter de udder rabbit, en when he got out of sight, old Brer Rabbit, he snatch up Brer Fox game en put out for home. Next time he see Brer Fox, he holler out, "What you kill de udder day, Brer Fox?" says he. Den Brer Fox, he sorter comb his flank wid his tongue en holler back, "I cotch a handful of hard sense, Brer Rabbit," sezee. Den ole Brer Rabbit, he laugh, he did, en up en spons, sezee, "Ef I'd a knowed you was atter dat, Brer Fox." Chapter 16 of Uncle Remus and Friends, 17 Stories by Joel Chandler Harris. This LibriVox recording is in the public domain. Old Mr. Rabbit, he's a good fisherman. Brer Rabbit and Brer Fox was like some chilluns what I knows'n, said Uncle Remus, regarding the little boy, who had come to hear another story, with an affectation of great solemnity. Both of 'em was allers atter one anudder, a prankin' and a pesterin' round, but Brer Rabbit did had some peace, 'kaze Brer Fox done got skittish 'bout puttin' de clamps on Brer Rabbit. One day, when Brer Rabbit and Brer Fox and Brer Coon and Brer B'ar and a whole lot of 'em was clearin' up a new ground fer to plant a roast near patch, de sun gun to get sorter hot, and Brer Rabbit he got tired, but he didn't let on, 'kaze he feared de balance of 'em would call him lazy, and he kep' on totin' off trash and pilin' up brush, twel bimeby he holler out dat he got a briar in his hand, and den he take en slip off en hunt fer cool place fer to rest. Atter while he come 'cross a well wid a bucket hangin' in it. "Dat look cool," says Brer Rabbit, sezee, "en cool I speck she is. I'll des 'bout get in dar en take a nap." En wid dat, in he jump, he did, en he ain't no sooner fix hisse'f dan de bucket 'gun to go down. "Wasn't the rabbit scared, Uncle Remus?" asked the little boy.
Honey, dey ain't no wusser scared a beast sence de world began dan dish yer same Brer Rabbit. He fairly had a agor. He know where he come from, but he dunno where he gwine. Directly he feel de bucket hit de water, and dar she sot. But Brer Rabbit, he kep' mighty still, 'kaze he dunno what minute gwine to be next. He des lay dar en shook en shiver. Brer Fox allers got one eye on Brer Rabbit, en when he slip off on de new ground, Brer Fox he sneak atter him. He know Brer Rabbit was atter some project or nudder, en he tuck'n crope off, he did, en watch him. Brer Fox see Brer Rabbit come to de well en stop, en den he see him jump in de bucket, en den, lo en behold, he see him go down outer sight. Brer Fox was de most 'stonished fox dat you ever laid eyes on. He sot dar in de bushes en study, but he don't make no heads nor tails to dis kinder business. Den he say to hisse'f, sezee, "Well, ef dis don't bang my times," sezee, "den Joe's dead en Sal's a widder. Right down dar in dat well Brer Rabbit keep his money hid, en ef 'tain't dat, den he done gone en skivered a gold mine, en ef 'tain't dat, den I'm gwine to see what's in dar," sezee. Brer Fox crope up little nigh, he did, en listen, but he don't hear no fuss, en he keep on gettin' nigh, en yet he don't hear nothin'. Bimeby he get up close en peep down, but he don't see nothin' en he don't hear nothin'. All dis time Brer Rabbit mighty nigh skeered outen his skin, en he feared fer to move, 'kaze de bucket might keel over en spill him out in de water. While he sayin' his prayers over like a train of cars running, old Brer Fox holler out, "Hey-o, Brer Rabbit! Who you wisitin' down dar?" sezee. "Who, me? Oh, I'm des a fishin', Brer Fox," says Brer Rabbit, sezee. "I des say to myself dat I sorter spies you all wid a mess of fishes for dinner, and so here I is, and dar's de fishes. I'm fishin' for suckers, Brer Fox," said Brer Rabbit, sezee. "Is dey many of 'em down dar?"
Brer Rabbit, says Brer Fox, says he. Lots of 'em, Brer Fox. Scoes and scoes of 'em. The water is naturally live with 'em. Come down and help me haul 'em in, Brer Fox, says Brer Rabbit, says he. How I gwanna get down, Brer Rabbit? Jump into the bucket, Brer Fox. He'll fetch you down all safe and sound. Brer Rabbit talked so happy and talked so sweet that Brer Fox, he jump in the bucket, he did, and as he went down, causing his weight pull Brer Rabbit up. When they pass one nudder on the halfway growl, Brer Rabbit, he sing out, "Goodbye, Brer Fox. Take care your clothes, for this is the way the world goes. Some goes up and some goes down. You'll get to the bottom all safe and sound." When Brer Rabbit got out, he galloped off and told the folkses what the well belonged to, that Brer Fox was down in there muddying up the drinking water, and then he galloped back to the well and hollered down to Brer Fox, "Here come a man with a great gun. When we haul you up, you jump and run." "What then, Uncle Remus?" asked the little boy, as the old man paused. In des 'bout half an hour, honey, both of 'em was back in de new ground workin' des like they never heerd no well, 'ceppin' dat every now and den Brer Rabbit 'ud bust out in a laugh, and old Brer Fox Chapter 17 of Uncle Remus and Friends, 17 Stories by Joel Chandler Harris. This LibriVox recording is in the public domain. Mr. Rabbit nibbles up the butter. "De animals and de creeturs," said Uncle Remus, shaking his coffee around in the bottom of his tin cup in order to gather up all the sugar, "dey kep' on gettin' mo' and mo' familious wid one another. Twel by, 'twarn't long 'fo' Brer Rabbit en Brer Fox en Brer Possum got to sorter bunchin' der perwissions tergedder in de same shanty. Atter while, de roof sorter gun to leak, en one day Brer Rabbit en Brer Fox en Brer Possum 'semble fer to see ef dey can't kinder patch her up. Dey had a big day's work in front of 'em, en dey fotched de dinner wid 'em. Dey lumped de vittles up in one pile, en de butter what Brer Fox brung, dey goes en puts it in de spring house fer to keep cool, en den dey went to work, en 'twasn't long 'fo' Brer Rabbit's stomach 'gun to sorter growl en pester him. Dat butter Brer Fox sot heavy on his mind, en his mouf water eve'y time he 'member 'bout it. Presently he say to hisse'f dat he bleeze to have a nip at dat butter, en den he lay his plans, he did. Fust news you know, while they was all workin' along, Brer Rabbit raise his head quick en fling his ears forward en holler out, "Here I is! What you want wid me?" En off he put like sump'n was atter him. He sallied round, old Brer Rabbit did, en atter he make sure dat nobody ain't follerin' of him, into de spring house he bounces, en dar he stays twel he get a bait of butter. Den he sont on back en go to work. "Where you been?" says Brer Fox, says he. "I hear my chilluns callin' me," says Brer Rabbit, says he, "en I hatter go see what dey want. My ole woman done gone en took mighty sick," says he. Dey walk on twel bimeby de butter taste so good dat old Brer Rabbit want some mo'. Den he raise his head, he did, en holler out, "Hey-o, hol' on, I'm a-comin'," en off he put. Dis time he stay right smart while, en when he get back, Brer Fox ax him where he been. "I been to see my ole woman, en she's a-sinkin'," says he. Dreckly Brer Rabbit hear 'em callin' him again, en off he goes, en dis time, bless yo' soul, he gets de butter out so clean dat he kin see hisse'f in de bottom of de bucket. He scrape it clean en lick it dry, en den he go back to work, lookin' mo' samer dan a nigger what de patter rollers bin got hold of 'im. "How's yo' ole woman dis time?" says Brer Fox, says he. "I'm obliged to you, Brer Fox," says Brer Rabbit, says he, "but I'm feared she's done gone by now." And dat sorter made Brer Fox and Brer Possum feelin' moanin' wid Brer Rabbit. By, when dinner time come, dey all got out de vittles, but Brer Rabbit keep on lookin' lonesome, and Brer Fox and Brer Possum dey sorter rustle roun' fer to see if dey can't make Brer Rabbit feel sorter splimmy. "What is that, Uncle Remus?" asked the little boy. "Sorter splimmy-splammy, honey. Sorter like he's in a crowd. Sorter like his old 'oman ain't dead as she mought be. You know how folks does when dey gets whar people's a moanin'." The little boy didn't know, fortunately for him, and Uncle Remus went on. "Brer Fox and Brer Possum rustle roun', dey did, gettin' out de vittles, and by Brer Fox he say, sezee, 'Brer Possum, you run down to de spring and fetch de butter, and I'll sail roun' yer and set de table,' sezee. Brer Possum, he lope off atter de butter, and directly here he come lopin' back, wid his years a tremblin' and his tongue a hangin' out. Brer Fox, he holler out, 'What de matter now, Brer Possum?' sezee. 'You all better run yer, folks,' says Brer Possum, sezee. 'De last drop of dat butter done gone.' 'Where's she gone?' says Brer Fox, sezee. 'Looks like she dry up,' says Brer Possum, sezee. Den Brer Rabbit, he look sorter solemn, he did, and he up and say, sezee, 'I speck dat butter melt in somebody mouf,' sezee. Den dey went down to de spring wid Brer Possum, and sho nuff, de butter done gone. Whiles dey was 'sputin' over de wonderment, Brer Rabbit say he see tracks all roun' dar, en he p'int out dat ef dey'll all go to sleep, he kin ketch de chap what stole de butter. Den dey all lie down, en Brer Fox en Brer Possum, dey soon drapt off to sleep. But Brer Rabbit, he stay wake, en when de time come, he raise up easy, en smear Brer Possum out wid de butter on his paws, en den he run off en nibble up de best of de dinner what dey lef layin' out, en den he come back en wake up Brer Fox, en show him de butter on Brer Possum mouf. Den dey wake up Brer Possum en tell him 'bout it, but co'se Brer Possum nigher to de las'. Brer Fox, dough, he's a kinder lawyer, en he argified dis way, that Brer Possum was de fus one at de butter, en de fus one fer to miss it, en mo'n dat, dere hangs de signs on his mouf. Brer Possum see dat dey got him jammed up in a cornder, en den he up en say dat de way fer to ketch de man what stole de butter is to build a big brush heap en set her afire, en all hands try to jump over, en de one what's fall in, den he de chap what stole de butter. Brer Rabbit en Brer Fox, dey is both 'gree, dey did, en dey whirl in en build de brush heap, en dey built her high, en dey built her wide, en den dey torch her off. When she got to blazin' up good, Brer Rabbit, he took de fust turn. He sorter step back en look round en giggle, en over he went mo' samer dan a bird flyin'. Den come Brer Fox. He got back little furder en spit on his hands, en lit out en made de jump. En he come so nigh gettin' in dat de air on his tail cotch afire. "Ain't you never seen no fox, honey?" inquired Uncle Remus in a tone that implied both conciliation and information. The little boy thought probably he had, but he wouldn't commit himself. "Well, den," continued the old man, "next time you see one of 'em, you look right close and see if de end of his tail ain't white. It's des like I tell you. Dey bears de scars of dat brush heap down to dis day. Dey are marked, dat's what dey is, dey are marked." "And what about Brother Possum?" asked the little boy. "Oh, Brer Possum, he took a running start, he did, and he come lumberin' 'long, and he lit kerplam right in de middle of de fire, and dat was de las' of old Brer Possum." "But, Uncle Remus, Brother Possum didn't steal the butter after all," said the little boy, who was not satisfied with such summary injustice. "Dat what make I say what I does, honey. In dis world
Lots of folks is gotta suffer for other folks' sins. Looks like hit's mighty wrong, but hit's des dat way. Tribulation seems like she's waitin' round the corner for to catch one and all of us, honey. End of Mr. Rabbit Nibbles Up the Butter. End of Uncle Remus and Friends, 17 stories.